Welcome, welcome everyone to the Quantum Field X39 Saturday training. And oh my gosh, you better strap your seatbelts in. We're going to have an amazing training today. Absolutely amazing. Steve, Gina, let me turn it over to you all.
Okay.
Guys, we're so fired up to have you on here.
We got to see their eyes. We got to pin us. Yeah, baby. Hey, good morning, everyone. Good afternoon. Good night. Wow. For those of you who are new on here, we want to let you know Quantum Field is the fastest growing team. So you are in the right place at the right time. And we are so fired up to get you to the finish line. And the speakers today are going to rock your socks to help you move on. Woo!
Guys,
yes, they are.
We're looking to help everyone get to senior director. That's the Quantum Field goal. Our goal is in the next 90 days. This is only our third weekly event that we've been doing, and everyone should have written their goal to go to manager. Now, don't worry, manager is 2 right, 2 left. If you are just getting started with it, you got to be a gold on 2 sleeve auto ship and put 2 silvers right and left, and they got to be at least on 1 sleeve auto ship, and you're a manager. You can easily catch up the next couple weeks. Make that happen. Set your goal to get yourself to manager as soon as possible. Remember, the faster you get out of the blocks, the faster your team is going to do the same thing. Then your goal is to just simply break a manager on the right, manager on the left leg, and now you're a director. The great thing is you're going to hear today exactly what to do, how to do it, how to make this happen, a strategy. So we're just giving you the top level view of our goal for these next 90 days to get you out of the blocks fast in 2023. Now, the last thing you're going to hit now is the senior director, which is simply 2 directors. So how did you become a director? Just by going manager, 2 right, 2 left. So you saw it to begin with. Wow, that looks very simple to go manager. So start thinking manager, because only way to go director is just manager right, manager left. And that's all it takes to be a director. So if that's all it takes to be a director, you just need 2 of those. And now you're a senior director, and you can go all the way through the entire compensation plan once you hit senior director. Our goal to find the people that are serious to help win with you is to go 20 right, 20 left of your personals. Always stay to the far outside, and realize this: with this simple X39 stem cell technology patch, everyone is open to listen to you. So it's very, very, probably the easiest conversation starter I've ever seen since we've been in this business. And everyone wants to lean forward when you say, hey, I've got this technology that reactivates your own stem cells. And listen to what you're being taught today, and you will get it down and make it happen. But I will say, anyone that engages with us in the next 90 days, they can hit this 20 right and 20 left. If you put the people on all the new meetings that we have to plug people in now, Monday night, which we have Linda Sanchez, she's going to rip it up. Wednesday night. Then we have Thursday for Spanish, which we had a record number of Spanish on Thursday, over 75 people around the Spanish room. And we're just getting started in Spanish market. So who do you know? Then every Friday at noon, and we had a killer presentation by
yes, we did.
Robinsons, Devin and Sarah tore it up.
Yes.
So that's where you're going to be able to plug in. And every Saturday we have these, and it's so incredible how you could just log on, watch the training, and then implement throughout the week by plugging people into the Zoom events following the 331 system. Onyx?
That was beautiful. Don't forget our Wednesday nights together on Wednesday night, 8 p.m. as well. Steve, Gina, and myself are together along with a whole bunch of other people. I think last week we had over 600 people on the Zoom live. And then, of course, there are more people on the YouTube live. So plug in, plug in, plug in. And this is the way that you build a big business. It's with consistency and persistency that you watch your business will build over time. So I don't want to take any more of the Warren's time, because, oh my gosh, I'm so excited to hear these 2.
So make sure that you grab your pen and your paper. We've got ours. We are ready to take some awesome notes. And remember, this is recorded. So go ahead, Steve, intro them. Fire up.
Brand new. You've heard him on the January 7th training. David did an incredible job.
Yes, he did.
Son was winning a tournament, and now Heather is with him. We can't wait to hear this power couple share this evening, or this afternoon, from their heart on exactly how to make this happen. So brand new executive directors from Tulsa, Oklahoma. Go ahead, David and Heather.
All right.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Can you hear us?
Yes, we can hear you. Great.
Awesome. Well, thank you for asking us to be on. You know, first off, I'd like to thank God for creating each and every one of us with stem cells, right? And of course, you know, want to thank David Schmidt for creating this amazing tool, this amazing technology that's blessing the lives of so many people, that is actually making it pretty simple, pretty easy for us to go senior director because of this great little piece of technology. And of course, want to thank Onyx Cole for paving the way, for being the pioneer, creating the super simple systems. And it's just making our life simple by having a super simple system to follow. Thank you, Onyx, for creating that. Absolutely. And of course, I want to thank Steve and Gina for your relentless leadership. You guys are the hardest working couple in this industry, I tell you, just nonstop. And fun. Yes, go, go, go. And of course, I want to thank Mike and Sahi Hernandez for blowing up my phone about 6 months ago. I don't know if anyone knows that story, but Mike called me like 3 times back to back. He just called and hung up and called right back and hung up and called right back. And he finally sent me a text and he said, "Bro, I'm going to blow your phone up until either you block me or you call me back. It's that important." And so I was out on the golf course. So I sent him a text and I said, "Hey, I'm on the golf course. I'll call you whenever I get done." And he's like, "Oh, sorry, bro. Yes, call me back. It's urgent." And so, you know, I wouldn't recommend you doing that to everybody. I mean, if you have a good relationship, a business relationship, you know, then maybe do that. But anyway, I'm so glad they were persistent, because when I called him back and he shared this technology with me, and it's just, you know, the rest is history, as they say. But and then, you know, last but not least, we definitely want to give thanks to each and every person that has said yes to us, and even the people that have said no to us, because we know that in 3 months from now, they're going to say yes, or 6 months from now, they're going to say yes. Yeah. So we thank our team so much. I mean, we wouldn't be here without them. Mm-hmm. So we're hoping that we're going to make today worth your while. I have pages and pages of notes. Usually I just ask Heather. I usually just fly by the seat of my pants and try to wing everything. And because I'm really the talker of the two of us. If you couldn't tell, I'm the one that never shuts up, and she's kind of more the kind of behind the scenes quiet type. Matter of fact, when Steve and Gina asked us to do this, she was like, oh, I don't know if I can. And I said, well, I'll try to carry it most times. But people want to hear you speak too. You know, when women talk, most men really need to listen more than talk. So if, in marriage too. So anyway, she's got some great content that she wants to share with you as well. So, you know, Steve and Gina asked us to talk on a few things today, you know, one about sharing the product and sharing the opportunity. And so we're going to just dive right in and talk about, you know, sharing the product. And so, you know, I pulled up some stats on just online. I just Googled this. Did you know that the average person has about 654 contacts in their cell phone? Now, some people may be less than that, some may be more than that. And then the average American knows about 600 people. And the average Facebook user has about 350 friends. So let me ask you a question. Have you reached out to every single person in your cell phone, in your contact list? If you haven't, then you're prejudging. You're thinking about this as selling, and you never want to sell. You know, if you're looking at it from a sell, because I've had people tell me, I'm just not a good salesman. Great. You're going to do really well at this if you're not a good salesman, because this is not about selling. This is about telling. And so, and really, no one likes to be sold anything. No one likes to feel like they're being sold anything, but everyone loves to buy, especially when they see the value in something. If they see the value or the benefits, they will want to buy. Most people love buying. They just don't like to be sold. And so we have a product that, you know, David created that. I mean, this technology helps the body create some amazing benefits. I mean, I think everybody on here probably has a pretty amazing benefit or knows someone that has an amazing benefit. You want anything to add there as far as testimonies go? I mean, we could keep everybody on here for hours about testimonies.
Yeah, that's the thing about this product is there's just so many wonderful testimonies. And when you start sharing the patch and you start hearing those, that's what gives you the belief and the words that you need to make this a business and to do the 3-3-1, which we're going to get to here in a minute.
Yeah. So, we have no problem telling people about a great vacation that we took. You will go into detail about how amazing that trip, that free trip to Aruba that you got coming your way. You will have no problem sharing details about that trip. Or if you go to a great restaurant, you have no problem telling people about that amazing restaurant that you went to or a great movie that you saw. See, when you tell something from the heart, people can feel that. You're not selling, you're just telling. So I always tell people, stop selling and start telling. Tell your story. Stop being a salesman and start being a tellsman. Stop being a salesperson and being a tellsperson. If you can tell a story, you can build this business. It really kind of comes down to that. And so how do you start that conversation? Well, I like to use FOR, family, occupation, and recreation. And, after the last 3 years of what everyone on this planet has been through with this pandemic, this first one, family, this is the best way to tee it up for you to be able to share this product with somebody. You just call somebody, maybe you haven't talked to them in forever. That's okay. Call them, and don't call them with the intent on trying to pitch them on a product or a business. Call them and just say, hey, long time no talk to. How's life? How's the family? Is everybody healthy after what we've just been through? And that just tees it up for people to say, oh, every time I ask someone, how's the family? It just seems to tee it up like, oh, just the other day I was asking a lady, so how's everybody? Well, my husband just fell and hurt his shoulder. Well, that just teed it up for me to share the patches. Mm-hmm. And I just said, you know what? I have something that might be able to help him. I said, do you know anything about stem cells? And I didn't go into too much of it. I said, but I've been wearing this patch and it's totally helped me with my pain. I'm going to give you a few of them, but I don't want to give them to you unless you think he's going to wear them. Do you think he'll wear them? She was like, yeah, he'll wear them. I'll make him wear them. I was like, okay, here's 3 of them. I don't know if 3 of them is going to change his life. This is what I like to do. I like to under promise and let this patch over deliver. So I will say, look, I don't know if 3 patches will change his life, but I know a lot of people that it's helped in a very short amount of time. So let me give you 3 of them and we'll see if it does anything for him. She texted me about 2 hours later and she said, David, it wasn't 30 minutes after he put that patch on his shoulder that he said he was feeling much better. This product is awesome. How can I get more? So just when you call someone, when you're, catching up with someone, ask them about their family. Or ask them about work, ask them about their occupation, or ask them what they do for recreation. So FOR, always, when you want to call somebody, you don't want to just vomit on them about this amazing technology, about this amazing tool, about this amazing opportunity. Those aren't the things that you want to call people about. You want to just remember FOR, family, occupation, and recreation.
And even though this is a home-based business, you don't just sit in your home all day and work this business. You've got to get out and be around people. So schedule a coffee date with a friend, go to different community events. You need to make it a part of your everyday life because that's what makes it fun. Nobody wants another job or more work to do. But if you can implement it and work it into the things that you enjoy and love doing anyways, that's what's going to really, get you around people. And then you're listening to those conversations. And like David said, there, fortunately or unfortunately, a lot of people are in pain and we have something that can help them out.
Yeah. So that's kind of a little bit about, sharing the product. Now let's kind of get into sharing the opportunity. Now, this is where I think a lot of people start the whole prejudging, because when it comes to showing the opportunity, you have to remember, you can't really say the wrong thing to the right person, and you can't really say the right things to the wrong person. What do I mean by that? Well, if somebody's looking for an opportunity and you happen to have one, and you may not know. I mean, there are plenty of people out there that are praying for an opportunity right now, especially in 2023. I mean, with inflation. I mean, $10 eggs. Heck, we had breakfast for dinner the other night, and we thought we were living high on the hog. I mean, we cooked like 10 or 12 eggs. I mean, how big of a dinner was that? But so anyway, you, like I said, you can't really say the wrong thing to the right person, but you can't really say the right thing to the wrong. So who's the right person? Well, we don't always know that. That's why we can't prejudge. You just want to share the opportunity, and the right person, that's the one that's been praying for an opportunity, they'll show up. So you just present the opportunity to everyone. So how do you share that opportunity? Well, there's multiple ways. The first way that we share the opportunity is startx39.com. Now you may think, well, wait a minute. I thought, that's what you send people to introduce them to the patches. Yes, we share the product with StartX39, but you can also share the opportunity at StartX39, because here's the deal. If somebody's looking at this from a business standpoint, or a business opportunity, and they go to StartX39 and they see that we have a product that no one else in the market has, that no one else in this industry has, they see all the clinical studies, they see the patents, some business-minded, most opportunity-minded person is going to go, I see an opportunity here. I've never seen anything like this in this industry before. This is exciting. So we start at X39. It may be initially about the product, but you can send people to start X39 too that might be interested in a business opportunity as well. So the other way that we show the opportunity is 331, because think about it. If you're doing 331, you're sending at least one person per day to an opportunity Zoom, whether it's recorded or whether there's a live one that day. So didn't you have something you wanted to say, about 331?
I do. So the first thing that we did whenever we decided to do this business was we got together and we wrote down everybody's name that we wanted to talk to.
We didn't prejudge.
We didn't prejudge everybody's name. We just sat there and I was like typing them into our computer. And I knew that we weren't going to talk to them all that day or even that week, but we built our list. And the crazy thing about that is your mind is working all the time. And whenever you set that intention of, I'm going to talk to this person, I'm going to share the product with them, your brain is already working on a way to do that. And so it's crazy now. It's fun now to look back at that list and see now who all's in our business, whether they're a customer or they're building the business with us. And it's really cool. I'm a big believer in systems and processes, and that's part of our process is building that list. And we look to Mike and Sahi, we look to Steve and Gina, and we look to Onyx for those systems and processes. And thankfully, they've already got the 331 in place. So we don't have to reinvent anything. We're not out doing anything weird or wacky. We're just doing 331. And so again, this is a home-based business, but think about it for a second, just like a traditional business, 8 to 5 job. If you went into your 8 to 5 job and your boss said, okay, I have these tasks that you need to get done today. And when you're done, you can leave for the day. You don't even have to stay till 5. So here's what I need you to do. I need you to patch 3 people today. I need you to follow up with 3 people today. And I need you to invite 1 person to a Zoom. Do you think you'd be hanging out at work all day long till 5? No, I'd be getting my work done by noon and going out and having lunch with a friend and a coffee later and picking up my kids from school and doing everything that I wanted to do. So treat it like a traditional business, but know that it's also flexible. So
Yeah. So how do you share the opportunity? Obviously, startx39.com is a great way to begin, or the 331, and let somebody else, show the opportunity for you. You're sending them there. So, obviously but the biggest thing, number 3, is following up, because you always hear the fortune is in the follow-up. Now, you can't just follow up one time too. See, that's the big thing. I think a lot of people will send somebody to start X39 and then they'll start the 331 and then that person will maybe hop on a Zoom and then they follow up with them one time. Well, think about it. No one ever grew a garden by just looking through a seed catalog. You had to buy the seeds, which, hey, we buy plenty of product. We got, sleeves and sleeves. So, you got to buy some seeds. You've got to plant those seeds. Planting the seeds is patching people, sticking patches on people. And then you have to water those seeds. Now, do you water the seeds just one time? No, you have to water every day. Water, 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 water. And eventually you're able to see those plants or you reap a harvest. So you're watering. Think of watering as following up. Now, do you want to be blowing up somebody's phone every single day following up? No, that's probably going to be bugging them. But here's what we do. We'll follow up with them. Well, if they don't initially get signed up, that's okay. A week later, I'm going to send them another testimonial, an amazing testimonial that we see from one of our people, and say, hey, just wanted to share this amazing testimony that one of our friends just had. Check this out. Or maybe another week goes by and I send a financial testimony. Hey, just wanted to let you know, one of our friends, they've never been in this industry before. They've never done it before. And they're already making an additional $500 a month or $1,000 a month. Because I mean, let's face it, you know, you hear about people making $25,000 a week, and the majority of people, they're like, oh, that'll never be me. I'll never make $1 million a year. Come on, you know. I mean, but an extra $500 a month can change someone's life. An extra $1,000 a month can really change someone's life. So, and that's something that people can grasp. They can, you know, they're already probably making $500 a month, I would hope, or $1,000 a month. So an additional $500 or $1,000 a month. So that's one way that we follow up. So we're not just constantly, you know, blowing them up every single day. I just give it a little time. I keep them on my list as somebody that I have followed up with. When I followed up with them, put a date next to their name of when you last followed up with them. That way you don't want to be a bugger, and you see, oh, okay, I followed up with them a week ago. I'm going to send them this little text just showing them this another testimony that someone had. Or because you never know what might get them going. It could be a specific testimony from someone that was a different testimony than you had.
And it might be when they've exhausted all of their other options. You know, like a lot of people will think, I don't think this little patch is going to fix this issue or that issue. They try to do it the hard way of, well, I say the hard way, but, you know, most people don't think anything's easy. So they're thinking, I'm going to clean up my diet. I'm going to drink lots of water. I'm going to walk every day. They think that they have to do all those things. And they're like, this patch isn't going to help me. But then once they've tried all those things and they're still, you know, suffering with neck pain or back pain or a gut issue or inflammation in the body, and that hasn't worked for them, then, you know, 3 months, 6 months down the road, they may be more open to trying a patch
or pharmaceutical drugs that they've been on that hasn't helped them as well. You know, 5 different prescriptions.
You just never know, and, you know, what's going on in people's lives.
Yeah. So when somebody finally gets to a point where they're like, okay, I've tried everything else. I can't believe we hear that all the time. I can't believe this little patch is doing so much for my body. And it's like, well, it's your body that's doing it. It's your own stem cells that are doing it. This is just simply a tool. This is just a piece of technology that's helping your body heal itself. So, you know, but it's just funny that how can that little thing do so much? But anyway,
I think we've all said it.
Yeah. So fortune is definitely in the follow-up, and that's kind of how we do it. And so, you know, one of the other things too is kind of take ownership of your own business. You know, Mike and Sahi, they're our sponsors, and they live 1,445 miles away from us. So I looked it up.
He's a numbers guy.
I had to Google that because I was just like, how far away they are. But, you know, we use them from a Zoom standpoint. We use Steve and Gina, Onyx. We use all these leaders that do Zooms all the time, but we're not waiting on Mike and Sahi to come to Tulsa to build our business. You know, we're taking ownership of our business because, you know, when you do a presentation your first time, I mean, I remember the first time I ever did a presentation, it sucked. I'm just going to tell you, it sucked. But you know what? Here we are, and things are. I'm much better at a presentation now than I was the first time. So I tell people, just embrace the suck. I mean, everything you did before in the past. I mean, anything you ever started first doing, you weren't any good at it. But the more and more you did it, so don't worry about. I know you see like Steve and Gina just crush a presentation all the time, or Onyx, or anybody that you see on here. All these leaders, they do these amazing presentations. But you know what? They weren't any good the first time they did it either, you know, they kept doing it. And so don't try to be as good as them. Just be as good as you can be. So just remember that. Let me say it again. Don't try to be as good as anybody else. Just be as good as you can be. Okay. So next thing I wanted to talk about, I read this the other day and I thought, you know what? This is perfect for today. And it was teaching versus learning. So let me read this to you. Teaching is when someone shows you what to do. Learning is when you prove to yourself that it's possible for you to do it. So I love this because it really pertains to anything in life that we want to be good at or get better at. You know, we don't learn by consumption, just watching people do, so, you know, just sitting on these Zooms and watching people do presentations. We learn by practicing and creating. And the more we practice and the more we create, the better we become. And so we learn by rolling up our sleeves and doing the thing that we want to get better at, you know, and nobody can make us better at anything except ourselves. No one can make us better at anything except ourselves. So the only way to prove to ourselves that it's possible is to just do it imperfectly over and over again until we see results. So imperfect action beats a perfect plan of action all day long. Let me say that again. Imperfect action beats a perfect plan of action all day long. So just do it. Just get out there and start sharing the product, showing the opportunity, and following up with people, because that is the key to the business right there. Do you have anything you want to add at this point?
Yeah, and I'd also just add that the relationships are important. So David and I don't think of ourselves as the leaders of our team. We're leaders on our team, but we have other leaders on our team. So that's one of the biggest things in this business. Like Steve, you said in the beginning, is creating managers and then creating leaders. So if you'll go out and build managers and build leaders, you'll have a big team.
Well, and we have leaders in our upline and we have leaders in our downline.
Right.
And this industry, this is what I love about this industry is, you know, in a typical business, in traditional business, you know, people don't want to give away their secrets if they're being successful at something. But in this business, there are no secrets. We're trying to help everyone succeed. We don't succeed unless our team succeeds. And so that's what I love about this. You know, a lot of people, oh, is this one of those pyramids games where, you know, only the people that get in early? No, the way this works is you hope people below you make even more money than you, because guess what? If you personally enrolled them, that matching bonus of 25%, I mean, think about it. If you personally enrolled Onyx or Steve and Gina, think about how good you'd be doing right now. And that's all you did. Maybe you enrolled 2 people, Onyx and Steve and Gina. Yeah. What your matching bonus would be right there. I mean, that's major life change. So it's not about just you, it's about your team, but it's about helping your team succeed, because the more you help them, the more blessed you're going to be. The more you are a blessing, the more you're going to be blessed. And so, you know, everything really comes down to execution. And, you know, sometimes I think people overthink this business, but if you just go out and execute, and, you know, I bet everyone that's on this Zoom today is probably going to leave here today and they're just going to be like, boom, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. You know, they're going to be super fired up, super excited. But then tomorrow morning, maybe 50% of the people are going to do something. And then 3 days from now, maybe only about 10% are going to do it. So, you know, I want you to take action and not worry about if it's perfect.
Yeah.
Just
don't
take
get
action.
Stuck in the weeds.
Yes.
Plant the seeds. Don't get stuck in the weeds.
Yes. And that goes back to that whole garden reference. So the difference really is discipline. Great discipline creates habits, and habits create success. And so success is not something that we just wake up one day and we magically have. It's all about all those little things that we do every single day. What are those little things? 3-3-1, 3-3-1, 3-3-1. Sharing the product, showing the opportunity, and following up. Everything is in threes if you think about this. Sharing the product, showing the opportunity, and following up. 3-3-1, 3-3-1. So, you know, one of the things that, like for me, I go to the gym and lift weights, and that's kind of one of my disciplines. Now, when I'm in the gym and I'm lifting weights, a lot of times I ask myself, man, why am I doing this? I mean, this is really hard. This is painful. And then I start to ask myself, when I start feeling that way, I'll ask myself, are you a quitter? are you going to lose? Are you going to let life beat you down? And then at that point, I'm just like, oh, I'm pushing those weights even harder. It's just like I'm mentally, like firing myself up. So I've realized that the harder I am on myself, the easier life is for me. And so, sometimes you don't want to beat yourself up, but you do want to push yourself. You want to, okay, how can I stretch myself? I know that this is an uncomfortable thing for me to do, because it is. When you first get started, it is uncomfortable to do something like this, but it just goes back to everything you ever did. The first time you ever did it, another example is, mowing. The first time I ever mowed a yard, I scalped the crap out of that yard. It was ugly. Luckily, we had a horrible yard to begin with when I was a kid, so it didn't really matter. But my parents said, get out there and mow that yard, so it didn't really matter if I scalped it. But now I have a nice yard. I've gotten really good at it. We could pay somebody to mow our yard, and Heather said, they don't do it as good as you. And I'm like, yeah, I'm pretty meticulous about my yard. And so I still do my own yard, but my yard looks good because, I've gotten good at it. Now, was I that good before? No. But so it's anything in life that you do. It's hard the first time. It's not going to be probably good, but you just continue doing. That's our biggest message for the day, is to just get started. First, lean on your leadership, lean on Steve and Gina, lean on your sponsors or us or anyone. Let the Zooms help you get going, but also remember, it is your business. And if it's up to me, if it's meant to be, it's up to me. So I need to learn how to take ownership of my business if I really want it to grow. But again, you have a team. We're all here to help. That's why we do these on Saturdays and Mondays and the Spanish Zooms. And, hopefully we'll be doing Zooms all over the world because we have such an amazing piece of technology. But
all of you on here, pat yourself on the back, because you're doing the things that's going to help you grow your business. When David and I got started, we were going to Onyx's YouTube channel and just playing every single podcast on there, every single Zoom that we could find, just so we could learn it, so that their words could become our words. And it takes some time, but I'll get up in the morning and I'll be in there in the bathroom doing my makeup and stuff, and I'll have a podcast going or have YouTube going. David's listening to it in his car. So thank you guys for being here today.
Yeah. And most of all, this is the biggest thing. This is, if you don't remember any of the stuff that we said today, have fun, because people want to be with people that are having fun. And if you blow a presentation, laugh at yourself, because people are going to laugh. So, STP, just remember STP, stick the patch, share the opportunity, and stuff the pockets. STP, stick the patch, share the plan, and stuff the pockets. Now say it with me, everyone. It's time to get free in 23. Let's do this. It's time to get free in 23. Let's go on a 90-day run and let's have some fun. Oh, I rhymed on that one too. Let's go on a 90-day run and let's have some fun. All right, Steve and Gina, I think we've about covered everything we wanted to talk about today. Hopefully we're good to go.
Fantastic. Wow.
Amazing. Just so many great nuggets, so much great information. I am on fire, guys. Watch out.
Guys, we really appreciate you coming on and just being sincere and sharing with everyone. You blessed so many people today by just giving those nuggets that are very, very powerful on how you went to senior director. And all it is everyone just got to get out there and get started. You got to just follow what they were teaching us and implement what they said. So you took notes, get out there and start.
I love the example of mowing the grass.
Yeah.
You weren't so good at it your first time, but now you've got it down. Just like this business, it's just a little bit of practice, watching the Zooms, how it makes the things flow off your tongue a lot easier when you're talking to people, following up, meeting people, introducing them to the amazing X39 patch. Incredible.
Yeah, what Heather said too, get on the YouTube and start listening as you drive over to your friend's house. You're going to have it right on the tip of your tongue. Once you hear it about 4, 5, 6 times, how many times you got to listen to just hear exactly how simple it was for Dave just to explain it to everyone. And then take note of what Dave said, that start today, say something, call somebody, patch somebody today, and that'll get you in the mood. Once you start the activity, and you keep that going 3-3-1, you're going to start seeing it become more of a habit. It's going to be easier and a habit when you start open up your mouth, and you're going to wonder, why, where did that come from? Hey, it's just because whatever worked for one person is going to work for the next. And don't get hung up on, you have to be different, because like Dave said, you can't say the wrong thing to the right person.
That's right. That's right. Absolutely.
So really
incredible.
pleasure having you guys on today.
Hit it out of the park. What a blessing and what an honor to be locked arms with you guys, changing lives physically, financially, and spiritually.
Yeah.
God is so good to all of us. And I'm telling you, it's going to be an amazing 2023. Thank you for being such a blessing today and sharing your heart.
Yep.
Great information.
Yeah.
And remember, do not prejudge, they said. Put everyone on your list.
Wow. That was amazing. All right, now real quick, we're just going to give you a couple more things that are coming that you can plug in. And as you can see, every one of these events is, we've got the leaders that we have, like they talked about, the leadership, they're on their game. We're putting our friends that really are making it happen. And so you're not listening to someone that might want to do it. They are doing it.
Pages and pages.
You got all the notes that Dave had. All Dave notes we've got here double. So they talked about Start X39. We've got that. We've got sample envelopes at the build331.com website. So make sure you go there, get yourself up to speed. Like Dave said, the 9 steps to success. That's our team training website. And remember, if you're brand new, we're the only team that has their own product website, which is startx39.com. And that's the easiest way when you start that conversation to just say, hey, let me text you some information on exactly the link that has all the 80 case studies, the doctor's reviews, the patents, and the testimonies on there for everybody to watch. By the way, that presentation that Dave was talking about, if you go to step 5, you can scroll down and download the opportunity presentation that we are doing every week. So you could just start, and basically it's written out so you can just read the slides. And if there's something that you don't understand, skip it. There's plenty of things that's going to keep your attention to speak to somebody else. So make sure that you do that. We still got the free sleeve promo. So many people are taking advantage of it. It's running through tomorrow night at midnight. So if you've already got it, make sure you're